Golden Wings by the Great Eater. Chapter 5. Defeat of a Bully. Scootaloo walked up the strange room. The grey-blue unicorn filly nestled against us on one side, wrapped in a purple hoof on the other. She was caught in one of the bolt, enjoying the comfort of being nestled in between two ponies. Gave her time for her brain to catch up the events of last night. Wriggling closer the sparkler, she let herself slowly wake up, her brain plotting plans for today's future crusades. They were going to get 3 new members, including Ditzy Do. Then she and the others need to make sure that they were given a good crusade. After all, just because it didn't work for the founding members of the CMC didn't mean it wasn't one of their special talents. Those moments later, when Ditzy and Sparkler moved, the school had an opening to escape, and shambled slowly to the restroom. Looking at the mirror, she fussed up her mane and brushed her teeth before going to the kitchen and making a quick breakfast, where she saw Raindrops preparing breakfast off the side with a large wall of boxes. "Hey, what's the boxes for?" Scootaloo asked. "Well, you see, a lot of muffins are salvageable, and I thought rather than let them go to waste, there's a local shelter for homeless here in Ponyville. There should be enough to last them a few days," Raindrops said with a grin. She used her wings to flip a stack of pancakes from a frying pan and the paper towel covering dish beside her. "That's kinda cool, I guess, but why give to shelters? Can't you just sell them?" Scootaloo asked. She sat in a chair closest to the fridge. "So, Scootaloo, I see you're an early riser. That sun won't be up for another 30 minutes. Did you sleep well? Ask me a question. Well, I could, but those probably need them more than I need the bit. That plus, I'm rather well off with stipends I get from the government, and all the jobs I do around Ponyville, among things." "Yeah, I bet. And I always wake up early. That's the best way to get where you want to go without being spotted. It also allows me to get some grub before I quick rinse off." Scootaloo said with a grin as she inhaled to warm by the marvellous on the other side of the room. "Well, from here on out, you won't have to worry about that. You can sleep in if you wanted, you know," Raindrops said, pouring the thick, gooey, delicious pancake batter into the frying pan. The stove gave a tantalizing sizzle as Raindrops pressed the spatula to the batter. I'll be staying here for now, right? I mean, you're not just gonna send me off somewhere when I become a nuisance," Scootaloo said, voicing just some many worries that kept her from coming out with a problem earlier. "Of course, you'll be staying here, at the very least until the end of winter, until you find a good home. But until then, you'll never have to worry about me kicking you out. I had finally put in the paperwork so that I can look after you until then. So there might be times when I have to punish you if you do something bad, but you'll never send you away, nor be cruel. You can be assured of that. As long as you are on the mic here, I am fair and I will listen to you." "Alright, I know you said I can wait until the others, but when the time is right to tell them, I mean they are my friends, but they'll hate me for lying to them, won't they?" Raindrops walked over to Scootaloo, gave her a gentle wiggy hug. They might be sad they didn't tell him before, Hoof, but a friend will stand by you, even when they find out a secret like this. Don't worry about it. I promise that things have a way of working out. Scoot nuzzled closer to the man hugging her before her wings loosened. She pushed away softly, looking up at the new mane, the calm dropping into life. Thanks, I mean it. I didn't know of any other pony other than Rainbow Dash who have done all the things you have done so far. Well, I'm just glad I found you and able to help. Just remember, if you ever want to talk, even a chit-chat, I'll be happy to lend you an ear. Scootaloo sat and watched Raindrops go about preparing breakfast. So, how do you get your kitty mark? Well, every pony has rainy days in life, storms that seem like they'll never end. This symbolizes that we desire to help those ponies in life. That's cool, I guess. So, your key mark is for helping ponies? Square tilting her head. That's exactly right. Raindrops there with a grin. So, how did you get it? Me and the other Crusaders are trying to get ours. Learning about how others get theirs should help us. Squirrel said, grinning along with Raindrops. Well, after I was taken out the street, I was in a dark place. The stallion took me under his wing, took me above the clouds, and gave me a little speech. After months of community service, what you say clicked with me. I figured that all it takes is a helping hoof, listening ear, or just being there for another pony can make all the difference, helping them when they're feeling down. When that happened, I knew what I wanted to do with my life, and this kitty mark appeared. I always thought kitty marks were gained from something you did, not what you felt. Scootaloo said, her confusion written all over her face. Well, for most ponies, that's how it goes. Some is something that they physically do, others a mindset, others simply them being who they are. Heck, some ponies have many key marks, while most have one. I guess it's just a special, different for every pony who eventually gets one. But whatever one you get will have special meaning and connection to you when it happens. Raindrops replied sagely. Wait! Multiple kitty marks? Like more than one? Scoots up out of her seat, when you body loud excitement. You know anything else? Yes, there are very few ponies that have more than one kitty mark. But some of the key ponies, their key mark ain't static, but shifting. Why? Did your teacher talk to you about those? No, but me and the girls have a lot to talk about later today. Screw up. At this point, vibrating with more enthusiasm than Pinkie Pie, the weaker sugar, a caffeine blender. There were several hours later in school, sitting in a seat, as every point was waiting for a school day to start. Where school was gathered, the girls who were sitting next to each other this school year to announce the good news. Guess what? What is it, Scoots? A balloon asked. Miss Raindrops told me that ponies who have multiple kitty marks, Scootaloo replied in a loud whisper, her wings practically buzzing from excitement. No way! You mean like Apple Bloom got the kitty pox? Sweetbell asked. I thought we're never gonna talk about that again. Apple mumbled, while Scootaloo shrugged. Sweetbell let her forehoof into the air and bounced slightly on her seat until he received Charlie's attention. Miss Charlie, is it true that points can get multiple kitty marks? At that question, everyone familiar with the kitty mark was paled as silence like a pall was cast over the classroom. Laughing and nervous, Charlie responded, Where did you hear that? Well, so Scootaloo said some points can have multiple kitty marks. What's that like? It's like the kitty marks or what? Sweetbell squeaked audibly. I'm going to have to talk to Raindrops for doing this all. But I'd be wrong to lie to a student, especially if they follow the truth anyways. I'm going to need a drink with Big Mac tonight. Well, yes. Some very special points feel a special connection with many things. They have many special talent. But that doesn't mean that those with one are any less special. And most important thing is to be patient. A kitty mark can't be rushed. Or come when it's ready. Any more questions, Sweetbell? Charlie said, the wide plastic grin. Nope. Sweet said, followed by a loud chorus of Thank you, Miss Charlie. Scootaloo, Apple Bloom, and Sweetbell. Oh, Celestia, save us all, Charlie thought to herself before beginning her lesson. When recess finally arrived, the Crusaders gained 3 new rivals, being shepherded in by Scootaloo. First and tall was Dinky, followed by White and Brown, spotted tiny pinto cold. At the end of the group, Mang, Horns Philly, shade lighter than Scootaloo, the Golden Maid, and bright orange eyes. Hey girls, these are new Keyboard Crusader recruits. Ditzy Do, Pipsqueak, Mango Dash, me, and Dinky did cooking crusading last night, and it was awesome. She's definitely going to be good. The gold here is Pipsqueak. Dinky said he's alright, and finally Mango Dash. I think she's the second cousin. A Rainbow Dash is a treasure of the Rainbow Dash fan club. And Dinky told me that her mother and Mango are dating, so I can vouch for her awesomeness, Scootaloo said, polishing off the recruits. Apple Bloom looked them over to his sunny eye. That's the only question that mattered. Ah, well, I'll accept y'all. But I want to know something first. Are y'all willing to do what it takes to get your key marks? Because the biggest thing about Crusader is that we're afraid to try anything. As again, remember, as I said, Apple Bloom, Sweetbell, they said I'm on a new trio before them with hugs and told them they would be inducted them in the afternoon. Oh my Celestia, they're spreading! Came a stiffy whine behind them. Other than Mango Dash, the group seemed dense and sounded down Tia's voice. I told you their con's great. I told you it was contagious, so smooth. We should warn the others, like they'd catch that disease. Just ignore them. Blue muttered. Oh, look. They seem to have gone deaf. I can't blame them. After all, what the heck, a flat-like chicken and a pony mare, a wannabe, then a sister and a group of retards. I would think that the only language they'll hear is stupid. Just ignore them, Blue repeated. Oh, well, if they can't hear us, then they won't hear what we're about to say, isn't that right, Silver Spoon? Yeah, DT. I can't believe it hasn't happened sooner. Silver Spoon said, moving closer down to you. Well, I'm thinking that Babs had the right idea before she turned traitor, and how to deal with those blank flanks down here at Joe's quivering with evil glee. At seeing the original Crusader do the best impressive statues, Mango Dash didn't need to hear any more. No, they were worried. Spin around. She used her wings to bash herself into Downtia's muzzle. Force a whimper escape her mouth. The flank hit the ground. Now listen here, Queen Puff. I don't care if you're nothing more than your father's corn purse and legs. Now listen here, Queen Puff. I don't care if you're nothing more than your father's corn purse that grew legs and a mouth. I don't care. The only thing of worth you'll ever have is the money your father throws at you to leave him alone. Slash your nose. I'll do the same thing. But if you ever lay a hoof or get some pony to lay a hoof on them. She gave leaned first down here to her belly, the force of the push. A loud whimper of fear coming from her. The tears built up in her eyes. I will break you like a pinata. Got me, Cream Puff? I swear, I won't lay a hoof on them. I swear, Dantia cried. After that, Mango backed up, giving Dantia to rub her nose. Good, 'cause I would hate to waste Auntie Dashy's mare record move on a pony like you, and you thunder thighs. Shadow. I don't know what this thing has over you, but it ain't worth it. If you ever want to hang out with these ponies that actually worth hanging out round, come and see us. Oh, and Cream Puff, you really should get on a diet other than ho-hos. It's a shame. It's on go to your flank, and I think you call a face. Mango said with a grin. As she turned to Guillermo, Chris says, "Take a leaf for us to get for them." She made glares, which brought confused looks and a strangled gulp from her. What's the matter? We ain't a bunch of bullies. We ain't a bunch of bullies, Mango. We appreciate you sticking up for us, but it's wrong to sink to her level. Her Bloom's secret disappointment. But I didn't know. But I didn't do anything wrong. I was protecting you. I was like Eddie Dash did when bullies stopped picking on flatters. Why are you treating me like I was a bully? My gosh. It's like hearing a voice. We know, and thank you, but hurting your feelings like that was just as bad as what she did. We're better than that, Sweetie said, took up to her, putting her hoof on her shoulder. Giving an angry sigh, she hung her head as she tried to organize her thoughts. I don't get why all of you are angry with me, and this is an excuse. But I guess I should explain myself. I tried in Las Pegasus. I tried ignoring them. Usually when they couldn't get a rise out of you, that's it. It's no longer fun for them. But if you don't care and have out for you, those boys like DT, we ignore them. They got other means of hurting you. More physical ways. I know quite a few ponies who really got hurt, who got bad enough. So I did dash, taught me martial arts, protect myself. She always told me that the words, low blows, about hooves, we could help it. So I did that. I learned how to see at a glance what would hit them the hardest. After I got them hard enough, they'll leave me alone. A few decided they want to scrap, and I didn't start it. Just like Auntie Dash said, better not start fight, but I sure thought it's better than it. So I saw she threatened you, how scared you looked at. I did what I was told was the best way of dealing with them. You weren't supposed to get angry with me, so they all forgive me. She asked, finally looking up. Because it was like these founding members. Up to New York. Well, I guess none of us can blame you for doing what your family taught you. If you're going to be a crusader, you got to go around hurting other ponies. Otherwise, no better than they are. But if it ever gets physical, then we might be proud of you for protecting us. Yes, well, one of us gets an adult. Although it would be good if you didn't go on breaking her like a piñata. Abu said, nuzzling Mango constantly. Gaze. By any point trying to hurt you, I'm gonna buck some fang like. Mango said, 18 mounds of pony hugs. That'd be perfectly fine. You might as well face the music. We'll go see what? That'd be perfectly fine. You might as well face the music. We'll go with you to see Miss Shirley. After all, we consider stick together like white on a paper plate in a snowstorm. We leave no consider behind. So, we can still gonna be friends? Mango asked a pony, which she met with a thunder of approval. In the hallway, Kitty Buck Unity Field that binds all Kitty Buck together activated. The group hoop sung. Cutie Marcuses together forever. While such force, the air itself shook. Shirley was sitting down, enjoying a few moments of relaxation We must know from Reddy's personal stash. Madame Tia came thudding in with Silver Spoon in close pursuit. She placed her book down as Madame Tia broke down. The corner wept, ignoring everything around her. In the time it took to console her, not speak legible words, and the good ponies came into the schoolhouse, turning around to tell them to go outside. She saw a key mark considered a guilty-looking Mango Dash in the forefront. Do any of you know why Diamond Tia came in here willing to banshee for last? Look at the clock on the wall. 5 minutes? She asked, throwing the teacher's stare that can make any failure called scorn on a person gaze. Well, you see, she was bullying us, and we tried to ignore her. Then she made a threat that what I don't get was enough to make my friends look like Princess Celestia was going to banish them to the moon or something. So I stood up for them. I better be a bit more verbal, caustic than I should have, Mango said. Looking everywhere but Shirley were pointing at the ground. Shirley looked at terrified Diamond Tia. I want to know what you said to them, and don't say nothing. I've heard about things you've done to others. She said in a gentle but firm manner. Diamond looked over the Mango and saw glare as if daring her to lie. Gulping down, she broke down and turned Miss Shirley, then slept up to a confrontation with Mango Dash. With image of what a mere wrecker would look like, dicing her mind, eyes. Then see what Mango did. What exactly you mean that Babs had an idea, and how was she a traitor, Miss Shirley? Well, she was a traitor traitor. She sided with those blank. I mean those ponies rather than us. And she was more physical with her bullying than we were. Diamond said to snobs. What did I say about using the B word to others, Diamond Tia? And threatening pony physical harm is serious. Miss Shirley scolded about Diamond Tia in a hug. Look over at Mango Dash. She went over. Both of you are wrong. She shouldn't have threatened you. But Mango Dash, what you said to her was just as bad. Both of you. As our husband, we received detention. I'll speak with your parents when they come to pick you up. She heard a chorus of coughs from the Crusaders. Miss Shirley, we were there when it happened, and we talked to Mango, and we were just as wrong as Mango here. So I'll take whatever punishment she gets, so we can stop her staying up fast the way she did. Well then, you all think that's what you want? Then okay. Hopefully we can put an end to this. And I expect a sincere apology of it all by next week. That should give you time to make a real apology. Well, after school, 7 fillies and 1 colt sat exactly the classroom. And 7 or 8 guardians argued among themselves, Raindrops and Jelly, trying to calm the group down. Well, I don't see why my innocent little friends had to be subject to punishment. That degenerate. Clearly at fault. As well as those friends first. No offense to Miss Apple. My daughter told me how they looked down on her and Silver Spoon. After school, 7 fillies one cold, said Ditzy Do. And was after school. 7:30, one cold, sat dejectedly in the classroom, and 7 or 8 guardians arguing among themselves. Raindrops and Charlie trying to calm the group down. Well, I don't see why my innocent little princess, their friends had to be subject to punishment, while the degenerate is clearly at fault, and all those friends of hers. No offense to Miss Apple, but my daughter told me how they looked down on her silver spoon. Filthy Richie said. The aggressive stance on Mr. and Mrs. Spoon stood by him, giving him approvingly yelled encouragement. Innocent? If I had been for any time my precious female came home in tears, it took me hours to tell her the cruel thing your daughter had something to her and her friends too. We're more golden princesses. What do you say, Dingley? Tom knows that first answer. Rich. Yeah, bound to do business with you, filthy, but that was a cruel one. We should talk about this ages ago, but we're both in the wrong. We never talked about that daughter of yours. I admit, when she get hold of our company, I don't know if Apple Bloom will be willing to do business with the company. I don't know if it's your daughter, but you're lying to you. As honesty, I can tell you that it's Celestia's honest truth. It is a moving hat holding to her chest. Well, I'm glad you just used it. Well, I'm glad you use your words other than your who's. I'm personally going to punish Sweetie for standing up to others, being threatened with violence. Also, Mr. Rich, you should teach your daughter it's not alright to hurt other ponies. And hopefully this teacher that words can be painful. This broke another round of arguments. The only end they want to cough from a corner caught my attention. It's true, Daddy, I've been lying to you, and well done because the Crusader's guardians have been saying. Diamond said the room was so quiet as Diamond walked their family. The footsteps sounded like thunder strikes, singing and penny doom. Be it that as may, it's still wrong of them to go use such drastic measures. They both have weak to come with. So apologies. Be that as it may, it's still wrong for them to go use such drastic measures. So both have weak to come with suitable apology. And Miss Dash, well, it isn't my place to tell a parent how to raise their child. I'm glad she didn't resort to physical violence. Where she went about it was as harmful to her what Diamond is doing. She looked at his guy in the room. I'm going to have to look more deeply into Diamond Silver Spoon's bowling of others. Since I can't be seen as having favourites, everyone's been given the same punishment, so I said to every pony. For this time, the disappointed Silver Spoon and Filthy West finally spoke up. Well, it looked like we've been made fools of. With the other family members of the room. We'll make sure Dante is properly punished. Miss Shelley, I ask you, wait for apology until after I personally deal with the problem. Mrs. Spoon, I saw it was the same colour scheme as Silver Spoon, hoity-toity mantle. He had a pony body of some pony was once in shape, let his body go at speed. Spoke up, a deep, tender voice, telling his thin body, we were deceived. If I didn't know the truth, my daughter's key mark was a special tongue of deception, and my our daughter began the same extension. Although, I say that is our daughter who was wrong first to drive young Miss Dash to do what she did. I must ask that they get the apology after I give theirs first. Silver can be assured that we are most displeased are making us out to be fools, as all of you. Please forgive us for previous world actions. We're under the impression they tolerated to be instigated themselves. Please forgive our actions. It was Mr. Squeak who answered first. I can accept that, Mr. Spoon. We all do stupid things we think are totally wrong. This my big standing bit are wrong. Master Mountain Pinto said, offering a gigantic hoof to shake that gave very sound. Well, since we're all in agreement, I'll allow it. That covered it, I guess. Have a good afternoon. Hope with all this unopened, you can stop out the burning problem here in Ponyville, Chili said with a relieved sigh. I have one question. How bad has our dog been bullying? How dog's bullying been? Mr. Rich asked. Well, we resolved it in school. But you remember Gabby Gams? Miss Chili asked. To make collective look a former group of journalists. And shouted at memory. The embarrassment was dished up by them. Well, it turned out they wanted to stop when they learned I was hunting ponies. But damn Tia blackmailed them and continuing it long after that. That fellow told me about what was going on. Since then I banished her for all bits of power in the school. The other teachers know of her problem. Blackmail? I see Apple. Does she do that? Apple blackmail? I see Apple. Does she still do that often? I don't want to tattle. I don't want to be telltale, Mr. Rich. I was disappointing on. It's okay. I'm eventually going to every pony wronged by my family. I'm going to let everything. But I want to know from you if you've done more of this, Professor Rich said, lying on the ground, so he could be eye level with that balloon. Wow. When us girls or other ponies try ignoring her, she feeling practically nasty. She threatens us. She can get do stuff with our trust to our families. Or she get stop doing business with some pony, Applemoon said. I looked at her with piercing gaze when she was imagining whether a pony was being honest with her. Applebloom, tell me the truth. I should really do that to you and the other ponies. I want the truth. Abjack looked at her with piercing gaze. She got when she was imagining whether a pony was being honest with her. Applebloom, tell me the truth. Has she been really doing that to you and the other ponies? I want the truth. Bloom looked angrily at her sister and stopped her foot. Yes, I know it's better than lying, even if it is about the wrong snake. Damn Tia, kissing herself. Looked at her filthy. Sorry, Mr. Rich. That was rude of me to call your daughter that, even if she is one. I can't blame you on that. Saying up, looked at his fall. Iron cold glare. Go home now. But I'll take you. And I don't want to see you nor hear until I'm ready to talk to you. Now leave. His voice when he spoke to her was as cold as his glare. Now to every point in this room. I want to see that none of your livelihoods are in danger from me. knowing I had a misplaced anger. I'll never find that. But I've got to mention that I have got to do. Applejack, what if you get this fool his mom's stupidity? He has a severe bow of his head. I forgive you, but I apologize for this out of line that daughter of yours need to learn some manners, or she ain't gonna make it far this world. Isn't that the truth? I'll be in touch with you later. But now I need to cool my head and think about what to do with her. With that, he walked out with a resolved. Matt must feel 5 pounds heavier. So after he changed, before everyone left, first guardians came like I said met for one last time. Listen, pony. Thanks for sticking by, but letting me join you Crusaders, it makes things a lot more easier for me to do the right thing. Take care. I'll probably see you all tomorrow. I'm going to take charge of the conversation. Yeah, we Cream Crusaders stick together. I'm just glad you learned, went too far bad. Looks like we got a real good pony. Well, thanks for sticking up with us. I'm sure I'll appreciate it, Squeeze said. A smile which was reflected. Like Chris says, giving their thanks. Scootaloo, the Dinky. Raindrops said, calm, gentle voice. Well, Dinky, you already know this, but both of you know no matter what happens, as long as you're being honest with me, it might be a little trouble, but I'll all turn out in the end, okay? After they both nodded, Scootaloo walked confused on anything else. Raindrops continued. I want you both to tell me what happened, and just what Dante has done to you. Who wants to go first? Well, what do we have to tell you? Scootaloo asked. Simply because, from what I heard today, she's been doing this kind of thing for a long time. She's looking at Scootaloo, looked down the ground and gives that nod. Dipping wings over Dicky Scootaloo's back, she said. It might not seem like it. Sometimes just talking to a pony helps lift that weight off your back. And Mr. Rich comes over. I'll be getting rid of my anger and hurt you now rather than talking it out with some pony else. That's the way you know that I'm here for both of you, she said, giving her jolly general speech. Well then, can we wait until we get home? This could be a long talk. Of course, there's no rush. The rest walked with peace and quiet as they headed home.